Howdy everyone, Pete Daddy here. It's Premier League Team of the Season Day and we have a brand new Rodri to grind for who is 91 rated. That is worthy of the Whopper button.
Tell the crew to push the Whopper button.
I'm going to go over the best way, the fastest way, share with you some tips to help you get this objective just smack down. But before we begin, if you're new here, please make sure to subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate it. So to complete Rodri, it requires 5 separate parts, and I'll just say this right off the drop. We can get this done in golden goal, so everybody just play golden goal on this. Help each other out. We can knock this objective out lickety-split. Last week with the Correa grind, that one was another one we could do in golden goal. And I had about 70 to 75% of people that did play golden goal. I've heard from others that maybe it was less for others, but just everybody help each other out. Let's just knock this objective out. We can do it lickety-split. But first objective, assist 3 goals with through balls in the live FUT Friendly Premier Play. So first and foremost, I want to point out it's in a brand new FUT Friendly. It's in Premier Play. We can only grind for Rodri. We can't combine it with anything. I was still holding out some hope that I'd maybe be able to combine Asensio and Niederlechner with the new objective player, but it's not a managerial masterpiece. It's in a brand new friendly Premier Play. So for through balls, it should be fairly easy. That is the Y button or the triangle button. Through balls are super OP in FIFA, so if you're not using them, what's wrong with you? You need to be popping in those through balls left and right because they just find a way to get through. So that one should be fairly easy. The next one's a little bit of a frustration. It's called Ranged Rocket. Score 2 outside of the box goals using midfielders in the Premier Play FUT Friendly. And the thing that's frustrating about it is just outside of the box goals are super inconsistent. And you know, the best way I've found to score them is with a finesse goal, you know, holding RB or R1 while you're just a couple yards outside of the box and just kind of curl it in. But sometimes it seems like you can bang in 4 in a match and then you go 4 matches with perfect opportunities and none of them fly in. It's just, they're inconsistent. And the other thing to point out on this one is it's not in separate matches. So if you're having trouble with it, just message your opponent, say, hey, can you please help me out here? I need help with the outside of the box goals. And I'll point out it's with midfielders. Midfielders are LM, RM, CM, CAM, CDM, and it's what is on the card before you go into the match. So looking at Rodri right here, he's a CDM on his card. If I position modify him to striker, he no longer counts as a midfielder, even if I play him in the midfield in-game. His card is now a striker card or a forward card. It has to be what's on the card before you go into the match. So if you've got Rashford as a left wing, you may want to consider changing him to a left mid, so he would count as a midfielder for this objective. The next one is Sweet 16, scores 16 goals in the live FUT Friendly Premier Play, and this is the only one that goes slightly against the golden goal thing, where we could maybe do it because we'll see in a second with the other ones. So if you run across 1 or 2 people not playing golden goal, you know, you don't have to get so mad at them because we do need 1 or 2 people not playing golden goal to be able to knock out this Sweet 16. So as long as you have 1 match where you score 3 goals, the rest of them can be golden goal. Serial winners win 9 matches in the live FUT Friendly Premier Play. If we're playing golden goal, all of them should be wins, so this one doesn't really matter. And then this is the main grind, consistently clinical. Scoring 14 separate matches using players with minimum 4-star weak foot. So whatever you do, make sure you're scoring with minimum 4-star weak foot players. Some of the Premier League players like that are sometimes you see in some of these objectives, like Martial, like Rodrigo, they have 3-star weak foot, so you don't want to be using them because if you score with them, your opponent leaves, you didn't really accomplish anything. So make sure you're looking at your players and that they are for anybody that may be in a scoring position, make sure they are 4-star weak foot. That's very, very important. But let me show you guys a team that I've kind of come up with, one that will be something that I think can help you knock out this objective. First, we'll take a look at what this friendly looks like. So we'll go into friendlies, play online. It's called the new Premier Play, and what it says, clubs minimum 3, Premier League players minimum 7. So what that's saying, you've got to take 7 players in from the Premier League right off the bat. So Premier Play. And I've got a team with 11 Premier League players. So I just want to show you some guys that will work really well for this objective. Most of them are going to be cheaper, but First and foremost, look what I've got on all of my attackers. Let me just go back to this one, be really easy. So Richarlison has, I don't mean to go to a tall, what am I doing? Richarlison has 5-star weak foot, so he would count for that objective. Aubameyang has 4-star weak foot. Rashford has 4-star weak foot. Lucas Moura has 4-star weak foot. So all of my attackers have 4-star weak foot. And I'm also recommending J Lings because we got to have a little fun with this objective if we need Premier League. The only problem is Lingardinho only has 3-star weak foot. EA hasn't fully recognized the impact that Lingardinho can have. So he's only got 3-star weak foot. So if you do go with Lingardinho, and he scores a goal for you, that's really not going to help you too much, but it'd be too much fun to have Lingard into the team, so that's why I mentioned him out here. And one reason I said to go with Aubameyang is just because he is one of the few Premier League strikers. Now, he's going for like 22,000 coins, which isn't bad for the fodder at the moment, but he has 4-star weak foot. Like I mentioned, Martial, Jesus, Rodrigo, they do not have 4-star weak foot, so you don't want to just score with them and then not get anything to the grind. Plus, Aubameyang's going to be great for this objective. I'd probably put Aubameyang, Rashford up top, maybe try to get a Richarlison with a Hunter on him, maybe even a Hawk if you don't want to put that much into a Richarlison. Lucas Moura has great pace, 4-star weak foot, so those are the ones you want to bang in your goals with. At the back four, Fredericks is still a great job, does a great job, great pace, solid card, moves well in game, and he doesn't cost much. Reguilon is very cheap at this stage, does a great job. Tamori, now he no longer has a Chelsea card in packs, but you can still buy his card fairly cheap. Still is great to have for objectives and all of that. Joe Gomez is very cheap at this point. And Nick Pope, I do recommend. Now, one thing, let's point this out too. You only have to have 7 Premier League players. So if you've got 4 icons that you want to play, that's fine. You could have 7 Premier League players, and the rest could be icons. So just keep that in mind. Or for example, in my situation, I have Alaba and I have Alphonso Davies. So I can have Alphonso Davies on 10, I can have Alaba on 7, and then still, if I went this route with Lingard and Rashford, they would still be linked because you've got the strong link between Rashford and Lingard. And so that would still link up if you wanted Varane and Mendy, if you want to go that route there. So you can play around with it. I just wanted to show you at full 11 of Premier League players that would work for this objective. And this is the prize we were playing for. This is the Rodri, which is a very solid card overall. Now, he is taller. So if you're used to playing with someone like the Sissokos or the Vieiras, he's going to play similar to that in game. He's 6'3", medium-high work rates, which is what you want for your more defensive midfielder, the more smashing midfielder. He does have 4-star weak foot. He has solid pace and pretty good agility and balance for a player as tall as he is. Great defensive stats, really strong defensive stats. Physicals are nice, 92 strength, defensive awareness is good. I would probably still put a shadow on him just to max out that defending, max out the pace. You can maybe try an engine and try to get that agility and balance up a little bit, but then you're not boosting the raw pace up quite as much. But it's a really strong card overall, has no player traits of note, but a good smasher in the midfield, especially if you're going to be looking to get some other Premier League options. He's going to have Spanish links. Next week we should get La Liga, so maybe you need Spanish links to link to La Liga team of the season, and then Premier League to link to the Premier League, so it's some good opportunities there. There's several Man City players in the team of the season, so you may end up with one of those, or if you have a Dama Traore or something like that, that would give you a strong link to Rodri. But a very, very solid card, one that I think could be usable in game, but of course, worst case scenario, that's a 91 rated team of the season card that we can put into a future SVC that we should be able to grind in no time as long as people will help out with the golden goal. But anyways, boys, this is going to wrap it up for now. Thanks so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe down below. Check the description, join my Discord server, but I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.